how to find a husband as a woman. The desire to find a husband or to be married is very good and very positive. It's very necessary to have the desire to marry because marriage is very important. Marriage is very critical. If you don't want to marry, it's a choice. It's a choice. But we can never take away the necessity of marriage because marriage is an indispensable part of our society, even as human beings. What do you do if you're a woman and you want to marry? We are living in a society where it's the man who would usually go and chase the woman. It's the man who would ask for the woman's hand in marriage. It's the man who would propose to the woman. It's not wrong for a woman to propose to a man anyway. But if you're a woman, you don't go the way the man would go. You need to understand that there are different ways of doing things. Men would typically go physically, aggressively, and directly. But for a woman, you can do that. You can go physically, you can go directly, you can go aggressively, and you can't easily, be verbal in proposing. Okay, you can do that. Not that you can do that per se. If you want to do that, you can do that. But we live in a society where it's not practiced. So what do you do as a woman? To be ready in your heart. If you want to marry, you should be ready. Then you have to position yourself in such a way that you be attractive. There are different ways to be attractive. I'm not just talking about the physical attractiveness. I'm also talking, first of all, about the inner attractiveness. When a man wants to choose a wife, he looks for certain things. One of the things he looks for is the physical, and then also the unseen, the inner part of you. The inner part of you goes with his instinct. The inner part of you goes with his observation. The inner part of you goes with his critical analysis. The inner part of you goes with his faith and belief, his choices, and who he is. So a lot of things come into play. And for that reason, I want you to understand that you can't be the best woman for every man. No. There would definitely be a particular man that would attract you or that you would be attracted to. And therefore, you must first learn to be attractive by being yourself. Be yourself. When I say be yourself, what I mean is that be your best self. Okay, if you have a character that is not right, that you know is not appropriate, you need to work on it. If you haven't built yourself to be a confident person, to have your self-worth and your self-image with you, then you are likely going to lose it. You see, there is a psychological attitude about people. People are actually or usually driven towards people who have self-image. If you don't have self-image, anybody who comes to you will pity you. And when people pity you, they don't make you don't become an indispensable person in their lives. So don't call for pity. Don't make yourself vulnerable. Just ensure that you are the best you can be. Don't worry about rejection. Don't worry about rejection. Rejection is part of everything. You can show genuine concern, you can be yourself and whatever, but someone you may love so much and be interested in would reject you. It's normal. You need to help as much as you can. You need to offer your services, you need to be available, but make sure you don't step your boundaries or allow others to take you for granted. Because when you are not careful, it may be assumed that you are pushy and you are desperate. So don't ever look desperate, okay? Offer your service, offer your help, but don't do it in a desperate manner or in a way that you'll be taken for granted. You see, when you want to marry, one of the things you should do is to find people you trust and tell them that, look, I'm interested in marriage. I want to marry, but if you know somebody, you can let me know. They may recommend you to, someone who would be of a blessing to you. I mean, there are many ways. There is no one way to marry. There are many ways to marry. And having somebody introducing you to the person can also be a blessing. A family member can do that, a mother, a father, whoever the person would be. Your pastor can also, do that. So make sure you don't keep it to yourself. You need to pray about it. Prayer is very important. The Bible says, be anxious for nothing, in everything. Everything. Sometimes people, even we pastors, try to assume that there are certain things you don't need prayer. But the Bible says that in everything, pray. Everything. Everything. You don't have control over everything. And there are situations, no matter what you do, you may not be able to turn it around, in your favor. That is why sometimes prayer comes in, so that you are taking beyond yourself. When I wanted to marry, I prayed. I really prayed. And I got a prophetic word whilst I was praying. And the prophetic word came to pass. And I'm happy I'm married to my wife. So follow the principle of relying on God when you want to marry. It's going to bless you. Thank you. My name is Abeiku Okai. Thanks for watching.